Okay, so this is my LiquidGalaxy setup. So the 3 monitors and the 3D mouse in the middle, as you can see. So basically the setup is designed to support 8 monitors. So these are monitors number 1, number 2 and number 8, because the 8 monitors complete the full circle perfect octagon. Of course, size of these monitors is quite small, so even if you did complete the perfect octagon out of them, you would not be able to fit inside there more than your head, I guess. So it will be kind of a head-mounted display. In reality, inside of the display is such that you can actually put a person within that sort of octagon and have a full 360 degrees 3D experience. Okay, and the hardware that supports it is right here. Yeah, so this is my 3 Ubuntu boxes and the router, the gigabit router that's actually supporting its own private network that these boxes are attached to, and it's completely isolated from my local network. And this is where all the communication between the nodes is happening. It's inside this private network. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on and demonstrate you the actual functionality. Okay, so the Linux is booting up on all 3 machines right now, as you can see, and it's going to start on the central machine, the middle monitor, and from there it will actually start Google Earth on the other 2 through secure shell. It's basically private public type of encryption between the 3 machines, where the middle machine basically controls the others, and without user intervention actually runs application on the other machines. So that was actually what I spent most of the time setting up, this secure shell and all the private public key infrastructure. That's what took most of the time. Basically. So you can see the Google Earth now starting on the satellite machines and on the middle machine. Okay, and so middle one now synchronizes the other 2, and yeah, that's basically the startup. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's completely loaded, and so the control is, the only input is this 3D mouse. The way it works is you push it down to go lower, push it up to go higher, then you can rotate it to rotate the view essentially, and then you can push it to the sides to go sort of left, right, front, back. Yes, that's basically the controller, and it actually works surprisingly well, although it does take some getting used to in the beginning. Okay, so let's go somewhere and see what it actually looks like in up close. Yeah, like I said, it takes some getting used to. Yeah, so let's say okay, so let's go to here. Somewhere here should be Niagara Falls, I think. Yeah, so as you can see, the quality of picture is quite low in the beginning when you just get in there, but as you close in, the quality improves and the higher resolution pictures load and the buildings load. So this is what it looks like when I get closer and closer and closer, and yeah, so this is still semi-transparent, but it will eventually load and you will see it completed. Yes, same here, all these structures will eventually load. This is what it will look like. Okay. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it completely loads. So as you can see, there are like all the buildings and even Rogers Center. Of course, if you get closer, you'll see that the Rogers Center is just a bitmap, and it's not very high resolution bitmap at that, but still there's a name, and it's not a scalable graphic basically, and the rest of them are not scalable either, except for maybe CN Tower, which seems to be a 3D model. Everything else is just basically rectangles with textures on top. So for example, the first Canadian place, it's quite undetailed until you get closer, and then it'll load a high resolution texture. And here, as you can see, the same building but with actual high resolution texture on top of it, and with some details such as antenna and whatnot. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And yeah, if you go somewhere else, the buildings are not yet loaded completely, so you will see this. And yeah, so that's basically how it works, the whole 3D experience. Now, one of the things that I'd like to continue when I sort of go to the next step, next version of Google Earth, this is version 5.2. Next version 6.0, it has some issues, but once I resolve them, basically it will allow to have Street View, support for Street View. So I should be able to have an actual photographic Street View in this environment. And so that will be my next step. The other thing I would like to implement is caching. Like right now, caching is not working, so basically it works, it shows all the pictures, but once I turn it off and turn it on again, all these textures will have to be loaded again from the server. So what I'd like to be able to do is to save the textures and all these high resolution images in the cache. So if I basically turn off my whole system and turn it on again, if basically if I already visited that place, for example, if I've been here in Toronto already, I would have all these textures. I would not have to wait for them to load. So once I get to the actual coordinates, I would just see all the high resolution landscape immediately. Yeah, that's sort of the next step. Yeah, so that's basically it. And yeah, so as you can see, as I move closer, buildings rise up. Yeah, this is how it looks like. Okay. Also, one more thing I wanted to note that this is downtown Toronto, and as you can see, there's a bunch of small houses, like private houses, being added to the map. So basically, what this is, it like Google Earth allows you to like download a certain toolkit and create a 3D model and submit it. So I'm assuming people have been submitting their houses to the Google Earth, so you can have them as a 3D model, because some of them, as you can see, are not 3D, just basically a aerial picture, and some of them are actual 3D models that's above the ground. Okay. Now, another thing to mention here is that in order to get the correct 3D perspective, you have to watch it at appropriate positions. So you have to be basically perpendicular to the central monitor and at the basically appropriate height, at the eye level, basically the middle of this monitor. So if you go above or below, it's not gonna look correct. But this height, like the horizon line, should be horizontal. Okay, so a difference in color between the monitors is especially because of the viewing angle, and this is a relatively cheap monitor, so at different angles they like change color somewhat, but it's not as visible in reality as in the video. Okay.